Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we have the new Ceruledge to take a look at. Yet again, another fire and ghost type. We do have Skeledirge as well as Alolan Marowak and a couple others, so let's see how this one does stack up. It's going to be hitting pretty hard. We're going to be going with Incinerate, Flame Charge, and Shadow Ball. We're going to be pairing it up with Shadow Claw for Alligator, and then Shadow Gramble as well. With that said, let's hop right into this and see what we have. Yes, I am going to be continuing to use Shadow for Alligator. I don't know for my next battles, but I just wanted to do just a little bit more so you can see the performance. It is a bit of a steep investment, so you know 100% if you want to actually make that. And I'm going to tell you it's definitely worth it, okay? It's just a matter of pairing up the right Pokemon. And I made a pretty good team for my last video for it. One more thing before we get into the full commentary. You can make the best team in the world, okay? The most perfectly countered for any situation, and each Pokemon with another one on its team can stand alone. But the thing is, if the game counters you and there's just a hard counter in the back or in the front, in the middle, there's really not too much you can do at the end of the day. But anyways, let's get into this here. Zapdos coming back into the battle, and we do have the Gramble, which is going to be going down, of course, and then the Ceruledge will be able to take the win with an Incinerate. So having that Flame Charge, ooh-wee, makes you hit even harder. So of course we have a Venusaur in the front here with our Shadow for Alligator. We're going to go ahead and go for a Crunch. We can threaten them with Ice Beam, so they may want to shield it up, and we're getting a shield out of them. And what we're going to do is let this go. Now we did drop the defense, look like they did fix that there, so that's very nice. So bringing in the Ceruledge here. And we can let all this go because we are actually going to resist everything, although it is still going to hurt. Yeah, it's not so bad. But we are in the yellow, which is kind of but it is Venusaur at the end of the day. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start vamping up our attack here with the Flame Charge. And they do have an Ampharos, sounds good. They are shieldless, and we will be shielding this up and getting off the Shadow Ball. Even if they catch, unless it's like a Dark type or a normal, it's still going to do a lot after we raised our attack. And we already hit hard. So we're going to go ahead and one-shot that Ampharos there. And we do have a Trevenant in the back, so we're immediately swapping into the Gramble here. I didn't care if this was going to be a Seed Bomb or Shadow Ball. I'm just going to shield it up no matter what. So they do go straight for the Shadow Ball, which is good for us. And we take that win there, looking good, and moving on to the next battle, leading with for Alligator the entire time. Show me Powdered Snow, please. It is going to be a charm, unfortunately, for us here. So just going to go ahead and stay put. This is actually not the worst thing in the world or anything like that. We're just going to keep on hitting that Hydro Cannon. And as a matter of fact, we're actually going to let this go, calling the Weather Ball not very effective. And we will survive to get off the Hydro Cannon yet again. If they want to double shield that Ninetales, by all means, please. Oh, they caught with their Jellicent. Absolutely amazing. So we're not going to bring in the Ceruledge because what's going to happen is they are going to hit us with Surf and we're fire. Okay, that's it. All right, so Gramble's out here. We'll let this Surf go. I feel like we can pretty much charm down and have energy ready to go for whatever they do decide to throw in here. It's going to be that Ninetales. So we're just going to go ahead and go the close combat, as it is going to be part ice and at least do some damage. But they are going to be using their last shield. So right, we're going to bring in the star of the show here. And doesn't it just look so awesome? I mean, look at this thing. What a badass. It's really fun to use, honestly, especially when you take wins. And we do have an Annihilate in the back, so we're going to go straight for that super effective Shadow Ball to one-shot them and then take them down with the quick move for the win. All right, moving it into the next game here. This is really not that big of an investment, to be honest with you. You may have to put in a few rare candies. Now, I know a lot of you are having troubles trying to get them hatching out of eggs. Again, get yourself a rocker. If Niantic wants to play this stupid game with us, then you can play it right back. But don't overdo it, okay? Let's just, throw caution to the wind there. Anyways, so we do, this is, I mean, they are resisting the charm, but damn, they're still taking a lot since they are Shadow, and we're Shadow as well. It's that Shadow on Shadow crime. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch here. I kind of spaced out what move that it does have, so I shielded up the first Psychic Fangs, which was a mistake. Again, I was just spacing it out, so little mistake there, but that's all right. We'll keep moving on here. As a matter of fact, it might just work out better that way because we're going to be able to start building up energy with this Ceruledge here, as they are going to be bringing in Dragonite and getting off a freaking superpower. Man, that pissed me off, but it's okay. They are bringing in a Gramble that is going to have resisted charm up against our fire type, and they do back out before we're able to finish them off. And I do believe it's going to be my first time using it. We did get a 4-1. All right, sounds good. The only game that I did lose was just a straight hard counter, so there's really nothing I can do. Next game, next day, we do have an Excadrill. That is a great lead. They're going to be swapping into a Confusion Cresselia, which is going to take a lot more time to get to its charge moves here. And I highly doubt that they are going to have a Future Sight when they are running Confusion. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Ceruledge to go ahead and just absorb all the not very effective moves here. This is not really a farm down situation as we're not resisting the Psychic. So we're going to go ahead and just try to take them out. But they did shield it up, but we are going to be able to outpace them to the next Flame Charge here. And our attack is boosted by 2 stages. Oh, look at that. They bring in Sand Slash. We almost take it out in 2 moves. 2 quick moves. Yes, they are Steel and Ice, so they're taking 4 times the damage. All right, so we're bringing in the Gramble here. We do have 2 shields left. And what do we want to do here? We're going to let this go, seeing that we do still have a full health for Alligator. And we're just going to simply outpace them. Having Shadow Claw on this thing is just amazing. It's really fun to use. Not only that, it's really good. Design is great. It's always been a cool Pokemon. It's just wasn't quite where we needed it to be, but now it is. Okay, so they freed the Feraligatr. Let's get it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for that Hydro Cannon. Did we already get their shield? All right, yeah, down goes the Excadrill, and we'll just simply Shadow Claw down the Sand Slash to take that win there. Let's keep it moving. Folks, if you can, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Next game, we're met with a horrible lead for us, as they are going to be able to resist all of the moves because, well, they're Dark and Water, same type that we do have here. Even if we had Ice Beam, it's pretty much just a wall situation, as well as Shadow Claw to the Dark. But that's okay. We're still doing a lot of damage. It doesn't even act as if it's resisted because, well, Greninja's just that squishy. Can you imagine when we get Shadow Greninja? Holy crap. That thing's going to hit like a truck but not take any hits. All right, so they do have a Virizion. This is amazing. This is fantastic. This is perfect. Except for we have to call the Stone Edge. There we go. Beautiful. That's okay. We are down a shield, but we are up a ton of energy. So we're going to go ahead and just start to vamp up our attack here with that Flame Charge. And it is going to be the Greninja. This is still going to do a lot of damage to it, even if it goes through here. So we're getting bold shields out of them. And I do screw up here. I wasn't remembering how much energy they initially did have. So I shield up this Hydro Cannon. I thought I might be able to take him out, but Incinerate registers so damn slow that they're going to be able to take me out. And I wasted a shield here. Unfortunately, they immediately swap and they have a Drapion on the back ready for my poison type. Of course there is. And you already know it's a Sludge Bomb. And this is a wrap. And I'm taking a loss there. It happens, unfortunately. Good game. Next one, we're going to be met with, oh, what do you know, another Zapdos. Do you see these leads, man? Do you see this shit? Give me a break. All right, whatever. Okay, game. Okay, so here we go. Up against this electric type. All right. Okay. Where are my good leads? I know I had that Excadrill, but they come very few now. All right, so we'll bring in our Skeledirge to go ahead and start building up some energy. They're going for the Thunderbolt and retreating, bringing in a Cresselia. Now, more than likely, they're going to have Future Sight, but I wasn't thinking that they would. I just thought they were kind of bringing it in to just absorb whatever I was going to throw at them. But yeah, Future Sight, yeah, that sucks so much. Not going to be able to farm them down here before they get to their next charge move. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge to take them out. We do have the Gramble in the back. Hopefully they have a, oh, I was going to say a fighter or a dragon. And we do have a fighting type over here. So we're looking good. And we're getting their shield, swapping into the Gramble immediately here. We're going to have to call this Shadow Ball. And we call it correctly, which is great. They're bringing in that Zapdos. And I was thinking, if this is Thunderbolt, this is a wrap. But I don't think they have that energy. And it is just a Drill Peck. And we have a double KO, but I still have that Pokemon in the back with no health. So we're good to go. We take that win and moving it on to our next opponent here. What are we going to see? For Alligator, up again, of course, up against a Pidgeot here. So the Shadow Claw is resisted, but we will be able to spam that Hydro Cannon at a decent rate. And also, if we do call the Feather Dances, then we will be okay. We're not going to win the matchup, but we will be able to bring in another Pokemon to hopefully farm them down before they do get off the next Feather Dance. All right, going for the Hydro Cannon. They've already hit me once with a double debuff, so we're not going to be doing that much damage here. On top of just not resisted Shadow Claw, right? All right, so double debuff. We're just going to do what we can. We don't want to lock ourselves here. We're just going to have to go down with the ship in this case. So I'm trying to think what I want to do. All right, they're going to debuff us. Hopefully, that's what it is. All right, great. Feather Dance sounds good. We are up a shield. Hopefully, we can pull something off. And we do have a Charizard back here. This is not looking particularly great. Getting to the crunch. Show me your last shield. Nope, they let it go. Calling it. Well, I mean, I guess they... they wouldn't really be calling it. They're just kind of letting it go, right? And we have a Verzion in the back. Okay, this is great. Yeah, this is really good here. Ghost and Fire. Yeah, you better believe it. But with my luck, they probably would have Stone Edge. So I'm going to go ahead and shield it up just in case. And it is a Sacred freaking Sword. You got to be kidding me here. Is a Blast Burn going to be enough to take us out? Not quite. And we take the win. Barely with the star of the show. Let's get it. All right, next game. Again, this looks like a Digimon. It really does. I don't have a problem with that, but it's just funny how a lot of Pokemon, when they used to be so cute and this, look at this now. Look at that. That doesn't look like a Pokemon at all. Okay. So, all right, anyways. Up against Cresselia here. This is always a great matchup, especially if you do get the debuff with the Crunch. Then you're going to go for the Hydro Cannon, get that shield out of them. At this point, I should be able to survive barely the Grass Knot. Yeah, actually, not even barely. So much so we're able to Shadow Claw them down and build up enough energy to hit whatever they do throw in. We're going to go ahead and go with that Hydro Cannon here. Oh, Swampert. Yeah, this is looking like a loss already, I can tell. Well, I can't just say that, but it's not looking great. They do have a lot of energy, so letting that first Hydro Cannon go. As a matter of fact, I think I want to actually save that shield for the Ceruledge here for the final showdown. Build up some energy. They've got a Talonflame, so they have to... Ooh, we have to land the Shadow Ball. They have to think we're going for a Flame Charge, and they let it go. This is great. So I think we shield this up, and it is a freaking Flame Charge. Come on, come on, come on. All right, so can we take out that Swampert before they get to a Hydro Cannon? And we do, thank goodness. And we're taking the win. Let's get it. Next game, what are we going to see here with that for Alligator? Another Cresselia. That's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's no problem. Just go for a Crunch first. And then, I mean, you can go for another Crunch. But if they let it go, then you might as well just keep spamming Hydro Cannon, because at that point, the Shadow Claw bring them low enough to take them out. But they're going to be retreating and bringing in a Gramble, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our Ceruledge and go ahead and go for that Flame Charge here. And they're not going to look good at all. Bringing back that Cresselia, getting to the Flame Charge, they back out. It was a wrap. Yeah, they must have had Grass Knot and Moonblast there. Unfortunately, we're not able to see more of that battle. All right, so we have a Fracture out here, folks. We got a Fracture. What's going on with this? Never seen this before in the Ultra League. But we'll take it. There's really no disadvantage or advantage that either one of us has here. So cool. Sounds good. This is what I would love to see more often. All right. If you're a little confused there, they took the damage, but then the swap happened. So now they're out here with their Greedent, and I'm a little confused as to what I should do. I'm kind of contemplating, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and bring in the Gramble here. I really wanted it to be aligned with the Fracture, but I'm not going to bring in my Ceruledge going up against this thing, just in case they do have Crunch, more than likely, right? So they're spamming me with Body Slam here. I'm holding on to my last shield. We take them out. We have a charge move ready to go. We're going to go ahead and hit Crunch. More than likely, we're going to be getting a shield out of them. All right, so they have a Weezing. Okay. Now... all right, so I bring in the Feraligatr to kind of just put on the pressure here, but what I'm doing is allowing them to build up more energy, but for whatever reason, they let that Hydro Cannon go, which is crazy. Well, maybe it's not so crazy because they do have this Fracture. I was able to take them out with an Incinerate, and then we take them out with Incinerate yet again. So this thing is really putting in the work here. Next game, another Cresselia. Is it common lead? It really is. Is it common to see it this frequently? Probably not, depending on the team that you do have. If I change up something in the back, we will see something else. That's just the way it goes. All right, so they're going to be swapping into Poliwrath. We did use a shield on that Grass Knot, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Gramble here to go ahead and take control of this situation. And unfortunately, not farming them down. But what we're going to do is let it go, because we absolutely do not want to use our last shield here. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Ceruledge to go ahead and farm them down. And if I do recall, this is going to be a battle where I don't know if they use... All right, so they bring in their Trevenant here. This is great. I mean, their Shadow Claw is going to be doing a lot of damage. Okay, this is not the battle I was thinking of. So it's getting pretty interesting. We get to the next one here. They could... I don't know if they could farm me down at this point. Yeah, it's just not looking like it's going to happen. I'm going to let this go here because we want to hold on to the Feraligatr. We needed to get off this Hydro Cannon immediately here to take out this Trevenant because we're still holding on to a shield. So we can survive a Grass Knot. They knew that. They back out. We take the win. All right. Okay, folks, I do believe we have about one more battle here. So let's see what we got going on. Oh, of course, a Venusaur. Did you see this? This is why I took a break, because who needs this hard counter every damn time? So annoying. All right, going for a crunch here. It's a nice beam, and they shield it up. Oh, shoot. So obviously, we're going to let this go. I wouldn't say obviously, but we're going to let it go and bring in the Ceruledge here. And we can actually let this charge move go. Now, this is going to hurt a lot. Shadow Venusaur doesn't mess around. This is the mascot here, or at least second in command for the mascots. Farming them down, we have a ton of energy, but they did hit me very hard before they did go out there. And we're going to go straight for that Shadow Ball and then swap into the Gramble. They do have a little bit of energy on that thing. We have to keep that in mind. And they do bring in their Ampharos here. We are going to shield this up. They go for a Trailblaze, raising their attack, doing more with their quick move. And we still have one shield left. This is looking good. Immediately going for the crunch to maybe get the defense drop. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. We just need to get off 1, 2 charms. And that is a wrap here. We'll simply shield this up. There you have it, folks. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!